Okay.
What's going on, everybody? Thank you so much for tuning in to the Queen's Lounge podcast. I am your homegirl, Shay. And of course, I have another special guest with me on today to continue our mini interviews, What the Fitness for the month of January. So without further ado, I'm going to bring in my special guest so she can introduce herself and let you all know who she is. Yes?
Hello, hello, hello. I am Ree of Fit Fitness, and I'm a personal trainer based out of Kansas City, Missouri. I met Quanshay through social media, and she and I immediately forged a bond.
Yes.
We started recording. We're both social butterflies, and so I think that was the thing that bonded us there. And she
Absolutely.
invited me to one of her PCOS events. It was amazing. And here we are again. So thank you again for thinking enough of me to have me on your platform and to share it with me.
Absolutely. I'm so elated that you even accepted the invitation to be a guest on the episode for today, which is going to be called Being Consistent or Healthy Consistency. I know that it is often hard to be consistent when being on a fitness journey. As like everything else, people are busy throughout the day. People are busy with normal day-to-day routines, children, family, kids, pets, whatever the case is, additional jobs. So
Yes.
we just want to give some little insight or little input about how to be consistent with your health. So without further ado, let's get into it, shall we? So my first question would be, what is
Let's get
being,
into it.
yes, period. Okay, so my first question is, what is being consistent with your health?
Being consistent with your health to me is simply prioritizing your health in such a way where it's right up underneath God, to be honest. When your health is A1, everything else just falls into alignment. And health is such a broad term. So when we think of health, it's not only just like the physical portion of it, but our
Absolutely.
mental health, our spiritual health, financial health, everything. So having those things in alignment. We make time for the things that we want. And so being consistent on your journey is prioritizing health, and we'll speak on terms of diet. And I use that term loosely. So we're just going to say what you eat, and then also being intentional with your movement as opposed to training. Because I think when we throw out those words diet and gym and exercise, it's like, here we go again. But it's like, no, let's just be intentional with our movement, intentional with our eating. So that's all consistency, being intentional with those two things, and then making time for it as it fits into your life. And it always won't fit in easily. And so to be consistent, just schedule it. That's consistency to me. And it keeps it very simple. If you can be intentional and purposeful in what we consume here and here, and then also our movement, that is consistency for me.
I love that. And I love the words that you use. And I love the fact that you don't like to use diet in your vocabulary when it comes to being fit, because I think diet really turns people off.
It does. They be
And I
like,
think it's
girl, because you
almost being
immediately think of
forced.
grass.
Uh-huh.
It sounds forced. I
It
agree totally.
does. It sounds
It
forced, and
does.
it almost sounds like you're being made to. Although it is a
Exactly.
choice.
It
And I think
is.
with being intentional with the food, I think it's just easier to be able to monitor it.
It is. And being intentional and purposeful is simply just saying, okay, I'm not going to be perfect. And I've even had to extend myself grace when it comes to that, because we can be so caught up on it has to look like this and it has to be like
Yes.
this because that's what it looks like and it is for someone else. But we're
Uh-huh.
all unique. And so our journeys are going to be unique. It could simply be prioritizing your water intake because you consume so much soda, and just
That's
making
good.
those small changes. It's like, oh, okay, now I do got energy to get up and maybe walk to the store because it's around the corner instead of
Right.
driving. Just those small little changes will lead to levels of consistency. And as you journey through your health and wellness journey, those levels are going to change because you're going to want more for yourself, and your body will say, girl,
Uh-huh.
it's time to do a little more. So that's
Right.
consistency
Right.
in a simple term, and it keeps it fun.
Uh-huh. And I like the way that you said that, making those little small minor detailed uh transitions or different, ways to go about doing things, because I often find myself making drastic changes whenever I do get ready to get on the fit journey, because I'm like, okay, and and it not only does it have a lot to do with what I see, but it has also a
Mhm.
lot to do with my own personal journey, like what I want to see myself look
Absolutely.
like, or what I want to see the changes in my eating, or maybe working out, or trying to be fit, or my
Yep.
overall health, because I can make some pretty drastic changes. So I'm
And when
glad
you
that you
do it
mentioned that it's
drastic
okay to
too,
make small ones.
exactly. And when you do it so drastically, or when you make those big drastic changes, it literally puts like this pressure on you where it's
Mm-hmm.
like, okay, you got to stick to it. And then before you know it, you're burnt out sooner and it's harder to stick with it. And if
Yeah.
you do it just in week by week or even day by day, depending on where you are, it makes it easier to maintain because then it becomes a habit. And so it's just
Mm-hmm.
developing those habits to really say, you know what, my end goal is to lose 10 pounds, but let's just start with something simple. What right now is my biggest impediment to achieving that large term goal or long
Mm-hmm.
term goal? And then break it down in just those little small, minute changes where it don't feel like, oh, this ain't such a drastic change in my life. Okay, I
Right.
can do this. This is cool. And it makes it fun.
Yeah, it does. Okay, so what does healthy consistency look like?
Healthy consistency. So being consistent on your health and wellness journey for me, the biggest thing that I stress to my clients, sometimes I get people that send me messages or even my current clients, they'll say, oh, I have this to do. Like you said in the beginning, just the amount of responsibilities that we carry from
Uh-huh.
being a wife, a mom, a career, and then you have your hobbies and you want to feed into yourself. And then sometimes you just want to rest, all those
Yes.
things, right? And so when you have all of these responsibilities, health and wellness, sometimes going to the gym, you truly may not have an hour to spend in the gym. It's making it fit into your life where it does. If
Mm-hmm.
I had one client, she was going for her PhD, she was
Oh,
working a
wow.
full time job.
Oh,
And even
wow.
though she didn't have kids, it was just school had to come first because her
Yes.
job was paying for it. So her
Correct.
GPA needed to stay where it was. And then her career was also demanding. So it's like, going to the gym, it ain't gonna fit right now. So instead, let's prioritize diet over movement. If you
Mm-hmm.
prioritize diet, then your body's going to work for itself. And when I say diet, think in terms of developing a healthy relationship with food and with movement. And that's
Okay.
going to look so different for everybody else. So for her, it may have been just okay, instead of rolling straight out the bed and going to your computer, instead wake up just a little bit earlier, make you a protein shake. So now you have something in front of you while you're responding to emails. And then by the time it 2 to 2.5 hours has passed, you're like, oh, I'm hungry because you gave your body a nutritionally dense breakfast and it
Uh-huh.
used all of that energy, all that good stuff that you gave it to help you respond to emails, think clear,
Right. Right.
be in a positive attitude or positive mindset rather. And then it's like, oh, I'm hungry and it has been 2 or 3 hours. And so even setting timers, don't ever think that you have to just get it right immediately. I am a
Mm-hmm.
fan of putting everything on my calendar. And what helps me is putting it on there early. If I have an appointment, like even us being on here, 12:30, I
Uh-huh.
put it on at 12 o'clock because I knew 30 minutes before I had to kind of start preparing my mind and my body to
Mm-hmm.
be able to be present and to, give what I needed to give in this interview. And so little things like that, scheduling it, just like we schedule our nail appointments. Okay, I'm going to schedule
Right.
every 2.5 hours I need to eat. Oh, even more, every 30 minutes, I'm going to take 10 big gulps of water. To finish a gallon, it can be so intimidating to look at that huge gallon of water.
Yes.
So then
Yes.
forget the huge gallon of water. Buy you a half gallon, maybe buy you a liter. And you need to say, okay, every 10 minutes, I need to be taking 5 to 10 gulps. Before you realize it, it's like, did I just drink a liter in 40 minutes?
Right.
Okay. And then now it's time to fill it up. And by the end of your workday, which is 8 hours, you didn't drink your 4 liters of water a gallon, or you drank your 2 half gallons, which is a full gallon, or you're finished with your gallon by the time the workday is over. So little
Mm-hmm.
things like that, just making it fit into your lifestyle. Even I have to check myself because I'll get caught up in, like you said, what we see. We're on social media and we're scrolling, and it's like, man, I've been doing this for XYZ so long and I don't look like this or I don't feel how I did before. And it's like, enjoy the journey. If you do it in
Yes.
to me, the 4 week increments, that's why I have my Fit Refitness 4 week series. Week one, I just need you to come to your sessions. That's all I want you to worry about. And then
Mm-hmm.
from there, when you're in the sessions, as you start moving, your body's gonna tell you, you know, you should have ate something. Okay, so I know before I go, I need to eat, but I can't just eat anything. I need to follow the meal plan. Ooh,
Right.
everybody else sweating. Okay, I'm not sweating. I'm noticing I'm a little bit thirsty. Did you drink your water? Oh,
Mm-hmm.
okay. And by the end of that 4 weeks, we have consistency and movement because you know, okay, oh, I can't just jump in there and do those workouts. So let me do
Right.
that cardio, like she said. You know, just being intentional and scheduling it out so that you can show up for yourself every day. And it's those days that add up to 30 days of progress of I did that. And so just
Yeah.
that's consistency.
Yes.
It's gonna look different for everybody, but just extend yourself the same grace and love that we extend others and say, you know what? I ain't get to where I'm at overnight. I'm not gonna get to where I want to be overnight. Let me just start small. And from there,
Absolutely.
you will notice amazing changes in your body just by making those small little changes.
I love that. You know what? I never really looked at being consistent as making little small changes or making, the little small diet changes, food changes.
Mhm.
Like I never really looked at it that way because I was so focused on where I want to be and I need to get there fast.
Exactly. And
You know
being
what I mean?
patient with yourself. Yes. And don't get, I look at myself, my husband be looking at me like, girl, I'm like, babe, so I look different. He don't even turn around now. No, you don't. You look
Right.
like, okay. Or, just being real with ourselves to say, forget what people think as perfection. What do I think as perfection? Me and my sister were just
Yes.
having this conversation of, we get so caught up in, I want this flat tummy or I want this. And
Mm-hmm.
she said she was talking to a guy that she's dating, and he
Mm-hmm.
was like, I don't really like that, like flat look. Like,
Yeah.
I want a little something extra. And it's like, oh, so here
Yeah.
I am. I got we do these things for different reasons. And it's like, okay, maybe I can focus on something else instead of just the aesthetic portion. Focus on strength, focus on
Mm-hmm.
finding the fun in meal prepping, finding the fun in
Right.
creating fun smoothies and different water flavors. Like I love adding fresh fruit to my water and seeing like, oh, okay, that lemon did leave me a little energized. Let me see if I can put a little pineapple in there to sweeten it up, just making it fun so that you can make changes that last a lifetime. I'm always telling my clients it is so easier to maintain than it is to keep starting over. And I had to tell myself that. I think it was about 2 years ago now. I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
man, I be on it and then I'm not.
Yep.
I'm
That's
on it and
me.
I'm not. This
That's
is
me.
probably a good 2 year stretch that I've been consistent. And all I did was shift my mindset from you have to do it to make it to where you want to do it. If your body
Mm-hmm.
tells you sit down, sit down. One missed
Yeah.
session is not going to just take you back to square one. Or
Right.
going to the gym one time isn't going to get you the results. It's just like enjoy the journey, make some friends at the gym, make it fun with your family. Like even how you have your baby boy. I remember when
Mm-hmm.
Bailey was little, my daughter, and making her baby food. It was like I didn't even like avocado, but it was one of the healthy fats that was suggested for babies. Before you knew it, I loved avocado just by saying, okay, I really want to, train her palate to like everything as
Yeah.
opposed to being so specific and limited.
Uh-huh.
Because when you limit your palate or limit, the things that you like and be open to new things also, new ways of training. Training don't have to be in the gym. You could dance your way to fit. You could
Okay.
skate your way to fit. So consistency, like I said, just being purposeful with your movements and making sure, okay, this is what I'm eating. It's going to get me to my goal. This is how
Mm-hmm.
I'm moving. It's going to get me to my goal.
I like that. Now, I just want to elaborate a little bit on the meal prepping. So, when it comes to meal prepping, what all should be included in your meal prep as far as what foods to eat?
Okay. So what foods to eat? Eat what you want to eat. So let's say, for example, my mom, she is a fan of pork chops. Her husband likes it, and it's like, okay, so instead of pork, think of a healthy alternative. Is it that he likes a fried pork chop? Instead,
Mm-hmm.
let's do an air fried turkey cutlet. So you can eat
Okay.
what you want, but always think of what is a healthier, leaner, more nutritionally dense alternative. So if you like bread, don't just say, "Oh, I'm about to cut out all bread because, oh, girl, that'd be, messing me up." think of healthy carb substitutes, which would be a complex carb. Like if you can't do bread, maybe you find that you can make like a sweet potato. I'm not really a baker, but
Mm-hmm.
some type of sweet potato bread to where yes, you still have like the bread taste, and it may have a different consistency, but it's healthier. You're going to get
And it's
energy
so
from
good.
it and
I
vitamin
love sweet
pack.
potatoes.
So stuff like that, just making those
Mm-hmm.
healthy substitutes. And that's why I don't like to use the word diet, because we automatically think of what can I not have and what can I
Yeah.
have. You
Yeah.
can have what you want, even when it comes to seasoning food with your meal prep. Make it flavorful, because I want you to look at that at this meal that has been prepped, and all meal prep is the same. I'm going to eat in portions that are going to allow me to reach my goal. So I love me pretend soul food. I'll do like some blackened shrimp, my sweet potatoes, some greens and cabbage, and it's like, oh, okay, this tastes like Sunday dinner, because
Right.
I use spices to give it flavor. I enjoy my meal because it was what I wanted. And the only
Mm-hmm.
restriction was my portion. And you and I could
Okay.
eat the same meal. The only thing that would differ is our portion sizes. So you can eat whatever you want on your meal plan. There's people, including myself, if sweets are like your weakness, you don't have to cut them out. Just shift your mindset to where I want to develop a healthy relationship with food. So instead of eating two Pop Tarts, okay, I'm gonna open the package up, put one in a Ziploc bag, and I can have me one Pop Tart every day and still hit my goals. And then to
Mm-hmm.
make yourself accountable on your health and wellness journey when it comes to what you eat, log your food. So I'm a fan of logging my food all the time, even though I pretty much eat the same thing. But there's times where I will deviate from what I'm eating, and I'm like, okay, let me log it before I eat. I want this little Snickers. I love those little 100-calorie little at Quick Trip that they have in the little, you can grab a little what is it, Godiva
Uh-huh.
chocolate or something. I'm gonna grab me one, but I'm gonna log it. Okay. I was supposed to eat 120 grams of carbs. Chocolate is a carb. I logged it. Boom, there we go. I'm still within my calorie allotment, which is going to allow
Uh-huh.
me to hit my goals. My macros aren't too far off, because yes, sweet potato would be the best carb, but if I'm gonna, have what I want, I'm gonna choose, instead of the milk chocolate with caramel, I'm gonna do dark chocolate with caramel. So just making those small little swaps right there to still hit your goals and still enjoy the journey and not feel like, oh my God. Because what happens is when the
Yeah.
weekend comes, when you had that cheat meal, it's like, girl, I've been eating all this stuff I don't really like. So then let me eat what I love.
Indulge. Yeah.
And then you
Yeah.
go back, or it turns into a binge. So just those small changes, and really saying, hey, when it comes to diet, it's not what I can't have, it's just in what portions can I eat things. And of course, there are things that would be off limits. You don't want to sit here and eat a pack of Starburst and stuff like that if you're trying
Right.
to lose weight. And not even on a weight loss tip, but even thinking about our blood sugar and the sodium that
Mm-hmm.
we intake. As Black people, we are so susceptible to metabolic illness when it comes to high
Yes.
blood pressure, um,
Yes.
heart disease. And we
Yeah.
love to eat these things. Like, we are social eaters. It's like, girl, you want to come on? We're going to make this. The more
Uh-huh.
weight you have around the midsection, the harder your heart has to work. So then it's harder for you to love yourself
Yeah.
in terms of movement, because the harder your heart has to work. Oh, I can't really walk that long. So can't show my love, no, my body, no movement love.
Uh-huh.
Oh, yeah, ate that fried chicken breast. I could have put it in the air fryer, but ooh, that deep fry was feeling good. So it's just
Yeah.
developing a healthy relationship with your body.
I love that. And
That's my little
that's some
tidbit
real
there.
great tips too. That's some really great tips. And I'm over here writing notes because I'm gonna need all that. I'm gonna need all that info. Okay, so my next
Yes,
question would be, does consistency beat healthy perfection?
absolutely. I started training in 2012 when I lost my dad. And so
Mm-hmm.
it was more or less a thing of, I was at work and they would be like, we're going to go to the gym. Okay, I'll join you. And then from there, I met some ladies that were like, do you want to do a competition? And it was there that I developed my passion for fitness, but I also had a unhealthy relationship with my body, because I was
Mm-hmm.
trying to achieve this perfection, not by my own standards, but by the bodybuilding world standards. And then I
Mm-hmm.
had to really look at it like, look at the girls that you're going up against. Your body type is not going to look like that. So you trying to
Right.
push your body to look like this, let it go. You're not even enjoying the journey. So trying to achieve perfection We're imperfectly perfect. So how can we achieve perfection? And that's where we have to rewire our minds to say, you know what? No, I'm not finna look like her, him, them.
Right,
But what I
right.
can look like and feel like is the best version of myself. And that is something that I try to preach to my girls. Like, no, everybody's not going to have this super snatched tiny waist. But what we can do through hard work and diet is change your body's body composition and work on
Mm-hmm.
your symmetry to where, okay, waist coming in,
Okay.
back's a little wider, and you feeling better
Yes.
about yourself. And you've changed your mindset on, I don't need to be perfect by everybody else's standards. I'm gonna be perfect by my own standards. And that's what I tell my
Yes.
ladies. They'll come in and say, I want to lose 30 pounds. And it's like, do you know what you would look like if you lost 30 pounds? Like,
Yeah.
when was the last time that you were that small? And they'll say, girl, when I was 20, did you have kids? Did you have the same amount of responsibilities that you have right
Right.
now? Did
Right.
you have the same stresses? So then everything's going to be different. So, with that being said, enjoy the journey. And then when you can look at yourself and say, you know what? I love what I see in that mirror. We've hit the goal. That's
Yeah.
all it is. And I've even had to change my mindset. Pre Bailey, everything was sitting up and tight.
Okay.
Honey, after Bailey, she walked by like, your stomach's wrinkly. Like, girl, yeah, because I had you. Them boobs is hanging. So what? I still
That's
like it and
funny.
love it. It's just
Yes.
as we mature, and that's what it is. As we mature, we realize
Mm-hmm.
perfection is overrated, and all it
Yes.
is be better than what you were yesterday. And it ain't gonna
Mm-hmm.
happen overnight, but them little small changes, they add up, and it's like, I love myself. I love where I'm at. And so even perfection versus consistency, tailoring our social media algorithms. We all spend so much time on social media. And one thing that I have found that helped me change my perception of myself in terms of fitness, in terms of what I thought is of perfection,
Mm-hmm.
was unfollow anyone that doesn't have a similar body type to you, somebody that has not been where you've been, or someone that doesn't share the same amount of responsibilities. I found myself always looking at other people and saying, oh, wow, she looks so great. But then if it's just her and she can go to the gym for 2, 3
Right.
hours, or
Right.
just whatever it may be, I had to unfollow because it was an unrealistic expectation of me keeping it real with myself. You can't compete where you don't compare.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, girl, y'all ain't got the same set of responsibilities. Y'all not the same
Right.
age. Y'all not the same height. Y'all different body
Right.
types. So yeah, it would probably be good to look like Lori Harvey, but I guarantee you, I'm never gonna look like her, and that is
Exactly.
okay. So it's just
Yeah.
that right there. Perfection is totally overrated.
Mm-hmm.
And as long as you stay consistent, you can lose it and then you can get it right back as long as you develop the habits that are necessary to achieve that goal.
Yes. I think also sometimes as women, we set these unrealistic expectations, for ourselves, especially after having kids or especially after, going through a traumatic event or a traumatic situation.
Mhm.
We have these unrealistic expectations of what we want to be, what we want to look like, how we want to achieve it. And sometimes it's unreachable.
It is.
And then we almost
And
kill
it's
ourselves trying to get it.
and that part. In terms of killing yourself, I always think of like um when we follow these fad diets, we don't realize what we're doing to our metabolisms. We're literally damaging our metabolisms with these get skinny quick things, or a
Uh-huh.
military diet, or egg diet, or oh, I'm going to do this. I see a lot of people doing like I'm just going to eat cabbage for a whole week, and it's like, yeah, you've
Yeah.
made great progress, but that's not something that is a realistic habit to maintain
Mm-hmm.
your whole life. You're not going to eat cabbage to maintain how you look. It's like develop habits that you can that will last a lifetime. You don't want to
Yes.
damage your metabolism along the way, and a lot of times that comes from truly just educating ourselves on
Mm-hmm.
how much do I need to eat to achieve this goal, whether the goal is maintenance, fat loss, weight gain, muscle gain, whatever it is. Also understanding, okay, what are certain foods that maybe my body responds to in an adverse way. There's certain things that I know, like I never thought that I would not eat meat, but I noticed when I was eating like farm animals, I was just bloated all the time, even though I was eating what I
Yeah.
should eat, eating in portions that were good. It was just like, what is this?
Yep.
Went ahead and went pescatarian, and it's like, okay.
See, I'm considering doing that.
I'm telling, I
Best
even suggest
decision.
my girls do it, even if you, the best decision. And I have a lot of my girls, they don't do it 100%. So they'll go like a month of a pescatarian lifestyle,
Mm-hmm.
and then they'll go back, and your body will tell you what you can handle. Like a lot of them, it's just turkey. And then after turkey, maybe it's chicken, but they'll just say, oh, my body can't handle red meat no more. Your
Yeah.
body will tell you. While my sister, she could eat red meat every day and look amazing. Everybody's body is different, but it's worth the
Yeah.
try to just say, you know what? Let me try this and see how my body responds.
Yeah.
So when you said killing yourself, I thought about that too. And also killing yourself empathy by constantly comparing.
Mm-hmm.
Comparison is the thief of all joy. So when you think of, wow, me being on this journey is killed my self-esteem, it's, wrecked my metabolism. If it's doing those things, pause, start over, and get a coach. That's what
Yeah.
coaches are for. So that would be my
Absolutely.
suggestion. I'm glad you brought that up.
Yeah, is it good to whenever getting ready to transition from maybe eating red meat into eating something that's a little bit more healthier or something that's a little bit more agreeable with the body? Is it better to
Yeah.
detox before that? Just so you get all the,
So,
toxins and all that out of there?
and you can do that. So this is one of those, I tell people all the time, there's a million ways to fit. My way ain't the only way, but
Mm-hmm.
my suggestion, by eating clean, your body will naturally detox itself. We don't
Okay.
necessarily need to drink a detox tea in terms of
Gotcha.
like teas that contain like, I think it's pronounced senna, which is a detox of the intestines. So it's going to give you like those bowel movements, and then they
Mm-hmm.
turn your stomach and you feel like crap and you lost so much water because all the water has been pulled out. It's just a bad thing. If you're going to do a detox, I suggest an herbal detox. My favorite is Kilo Cares on Facebook. She has a
Okay.
detox. It is a detox of the vital organs, so your liver, your kidneys, and your intestine. The
Oh
first time you
wow.
take it, you will have a bad movement, but after that, it's all, you just feel light. You have mental clarity. Your body begins to function at its optimized ability. It's just like, oh, this is how I should be feeling. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So no, it is not necessary to detox in terms of like drinking those detox teas that I see people drink. You
Uh-huh.
really can detox with herbal teas, detox with fruits and veggies. And then from there, it's always important that if you're going to detox, in the term in the way that you're thinking, when you come back, don't just say, oh, I'm going to eat chicken. Kind of wing your way
Yeah.
back into it. Okay, I'm going to eat things that are easy on my digestive system. So maybe my protein is going to be something light like fish, or my protein could be all vegetables at that point, and then work your way back up to the meats, and
Makes
then work
perfect
your way back
sense.
down. So if that makes
Yeah.
sense.
That makes
Again,
perfect
protecting that
sense.
metabolism, because you want to turn your body into a fat burning machine to where
Mm-hmm.
um, even if you are wanting to maintain, a big thing to remember is your body is a luxury vehicle. And so in luxury cars, if you put regular gas in it, crappy food,
Yep.
lots of sugars, what happens?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this car, I got a Lexus, but
It
it's
break
running a little.
down, something wrong with it. Yeah.
There we go. But if you put premium gas in it, you get your oil changes, you take care of it. Oh, this thing is riding. And then you last
Yeah.
like an Acura or a Toyota Camry. So think of it in those terms of, let me take care of this because I want to be able to pass this down to generations. We want to be here
Yeah.
for generations. So your body is
Right.
an investment, and you have to treat it as such.
I love that. Okay, so my next question is why is consistency important when it comes to exercising?
Big thing. So, muscle memory is so real. I have clients that come to me and I'm like, have you worked out before? Or have you, you were an athlete? And they'll say, girl, not since I was 20 or not since I was this. So I can see maybe in their movements that their body is familiar with that. But
Mm-hmm.
a body at rest, if you don't move it, you lose it. Let me say that. And so if
Okay.
you're not consistent, I have clients sometimes that will come and they're like, whew, I just been sitting down because a lot of us work from home. We sit in
Yeah.
a chair. All we got to do is walk from here to the kitchen, from here to the bathroom, or up and down a few stairs. But for the most part, your office is going to be relatively close to where everything else is. And
Uh-huh.
so with that, you're the whole dog. With that, if you're not consistent in your movements, you'll notice things will start to break down. There's stiffness in
Yeah.
the joints. And even if you're not lifting, just getting bands and pushing your body, or not pushing, but moving your body through the different planes of motion, just as you're sitting at your desk, lifting my legs, stretching my legs, opening and closing our legs to make sure your body is going to move how it needs to move. We have joints that every joint's going to move different. The hips,
Mm-hmm.
it's a synovial joint, they can move in every direction. While, your elbow, same thing. Just making sure that you are moving your body so that it doesn't break down on you or start to work against you in the end. So those things are so important, because when you don't, you can feel it. I have a lot of people that'll say, "Oh, I got bad knees," and it's like self-diagnosed or just because of
Right.
a decrease in
Right.
movement. My back
Right.
hurt. Self-diagnosed or because posture is poor, and that's another thing
Yeah.
too,
Yeah.
being intentional with your movements. I just sat here the whole time slouched as opposed to sitting up. And I have to remind myself of those things, little small changes that help. As you sit up, your diaphragm can expand. And then from there, you're protecting your spine and ribs.
Uh-huh.
It just goes on and on, just those little things. And you're not having to start over. It's easier to maintain than it is to keep starting over.
I like that. Now, is this a true fact where they say it's 80% of what you eat and 20% of working out?
Absolutely. You cannot outwork a bad diet. I tell people all the time, you can work off a
Woo!
mistake,
Because
but
I've
you
tried.
can't. People can go to the gym even I've done it before. It's like, I'm gonna go to the gym, but when I leave the gym, I'm about to enjoy what I want to eat.
Yeah.
Diet is key. Also, if you're putting bad things in, like we just use the example of the car. If you
Mm-hmm.
put bad things in your body when you go to the gym, for example, I don't know why. I thought it would be a great idea to eat 100-calorie pack of, what was it, hot Cheeto popcorn. And so as
Uh-huh.
I'm doing my workout, you can just feel all of that
Ooh.
burn coming up. And then
Yeah.
even with what you eat, if you're drinking a bunch of sugar, you'll notice, okay, at the beginning of my workout, I'm ready to go. And then you crash. They're
Mm-hmm.
making those healthier choices in terms of diet. They're not going to do anything but aid towards you reaching your goals. You want to feed your muscles, make sure you're monitoring your protein intake. That's going to allow you to build your muscles. And then another thing with diet being key, let's say we want to drive to St. Louis on a half a
Mm-hmm.
tank of gas. We're not going to get there. So if
Right.
you're not giving your body adequate nutrition in terms of quality and amount, how are we going to hit our goals? Your body will start to eat itself, and then it will eat the protein in your muscles to just eat, blink, and live, and we're left with excess fat. And so it's
Mm.
important to make sure that you're eating the right things to achieve your goal, no matter whether it's weight loss, weight gain, fat loss, no matter what it is. It is so important to make sure you're eating the right things. Otherwise, you're wasting your time in the gym.
Yeah.
It's like you could have just stayed at home. And there are a lot of people, like I said, with my client, that I told her, the gym, it's probably not going to fit in right now. So for
Mm-hmm.
you, intentional with your movement could be, all right, instead of me parking up front, I'm gonna park further away. I'm gonna walk. Instead of me maybe pushing the buggy, okay, let me go ahead and get one here, and then I'm gonna alternate arms. Just making little small things like that. Because when you carry that little thing on your arm, even carrying around a car seat as opposed to grabbing the stroller,
Oh,
little
Lord.
things like that. If you know you in and out, ain't nothing like a car seat. And then you
Okay.
talk about proper posture. Okay, instead of kind of hunching over, let me stand up. Oh, I feel this in my abs. Hold on, is that my booty working? All from carrying my baby. Let me switch into this arm. Little things like
Yeah.
that. So
Yeah.
the training part is icing on the cake. The diet is really where changes happen.
I like that. I like that. So what should a person eat before working out? Because I know eating heavy and then going to
Definitely.
the gym is probably not the best
I would say
choice.
eat. It depends though. So this is goes back to everybody is different. For me, I like training fasted. And so I don't eat before I go to the gym, but that's only, of course, if I train in the morning. If I train in the evening, I'm typically going to eat a carb and a fat before I train. The
Okay.
carbs are going to give me energy. So simple things like I'll make anything from a slice of toast with some peanut butter, but if I'm out and about, I'm gonna grab me a Cliff Bar. It could be a pack of like the little cheese crackers. If you want to eat a meal before you train, I would suggest eating a meal, protein, carb, and fat, maybe hour and a half to 2 hours before you eat, just to let that food digest, because we've all eaten and then went to the gym and caught that cramp
Yeah.
and it's like, yep, got to go home. So be
Yep.
smart about it. Time your meals. Some people, I've seen people eat while they're training. You can make it simple
Really?
at our gym there, but it'll be like a protein shake. For me,
Wow.
that doesn't work for me. I don't like how it makes me feel. I start to feel a little nauseous, but figure out what works for you. But you definitely want to make sure that you are properly fueled before you gym. Also, this goes back to scheduling your workouts. If you know that tomorrow's leg day and it's going to require a lot from you, make sure you carb up, the night before. So then your body, you can go to the gym fasted and your body has those carbs from yesterday to get you through today's workout. So just being
Hmm.
intentional with that. And that's why following a training regimen is important as well. Because oh, okay, tomorrow is just light cardio day. Okay, I can kind of, play around with
Mm-hmm.
a shake before as opposed to a heavy meal trying to run on that. So that would be
Okay.
my suggestion. But listen to your body. Your body will tell you, don't eat that before you work out. But yes, I did like the banana, something simple like that. Even an
So,
orange before you work out too.
so what does it mean for the body when you're consistent with your health?
Your body's gonna You're going to feel good. Your body will thank you in how you feel, in terms of mental clarity,
Mm-hmm.
in how your skin looks, also in terms of how you feel when you move. If you notice that you have like a lot of joint stiffness, you could
Uh-huh.
tailor your diet to where it's like, okay, you know what? Maybe I need to either take a supplement to I always use like the Tin Man, how he's like slide some oil down me. We can't literally squirt some oil into our joints, but we can
Right.
lubricate our joints by what we eat. Fish that's high in omega 3s, cod, salmon, healthy fats in terms of like seeds and nuts. Also, if you give your body good things too, when you put good things inside, you feel good on the outside. If you've ever noticed on those days where you're like, "Whoo, girl, I really ain't got to eat. I'm so hungry." You feel irritable, you
Mm-hmm.
feel fatigued, and then those little things they cross over into how we treat our family around us. We all know the term hangry. We've all been
Yes.
hangry, where it's like, "Oh, give me some food because I'm irritated." If you started earlier in the day, once you wake up, eat within an hour or two of rising. Okay, whew. All right. It's not that I'm not a morning person, it's just that I need to eat. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Before I go to the gym, it's not that I don't like working out. I just needed to eat something. And so you'll learn your body. And as you learn your body, it gives you purpose behind what you're doing. And so that would be my biggest thing. Your
I
body will
love
thank
that.
you in terms of how you feel from the top all the way down to the bottom as well.
So what's some ways to stay consistent?
Consistency. Number one thing would be, like I said, fitting health and wellness into your life as it fits. Don't try to just, yeah, I'm about to go to the gym 3 times a week when you've just been sitting on the couch. Let's start
Mm-hmm.
out with maybe 3 times a week for 20, 30 minutes. That's realistic. You don't have to be in there long. And then once you determine, okay, this is how many times I plan to work out, then from there, let's go with, all right, let's focus on diet. How did I feel when I went to the gym? Okay, I probably need to eat some more vegetables. Could have had a little bit more fruit, intake a little bit more water. Scheduling your sessions on your timer. We schedule everything, lashes, massages, all of that. Penciling your training times. When I do that, it helps me stay consistent because once that alarm goes off, all right, you got to train in 30, 40 minutes. So
Mm-hmm.
let's go ahead and do it. You want to, what is the phrase? It's like consistency is doing what you said you were going to do after the mood has passed and what you said you would do it. Because it sounds good when we're talking about it. It's like, yeah, I'm gonna do
Yeah.
that. Ooh, eat them salads, I'm gonna do this. But then making this big grand goal, it's like if we bring it down, it allows you to be consistent in terms of, you know what, okay, I have been doing this for 2 or 3 weeks and it's a lot easier now. Let me scale it up. Consistency is also knowing when you need an accountability partner. A lot of times we cannot stay consistent on our own because we'll find excuses. I'm guilty of it. Oh, you know what? It's been a long day at work. I'm tired. But if you have that consistency or that accountability partner, it's like, girl, come on. We got 20 minutes. We can get it done. Or if you have a coach, I had a client this week. She was just like, I'm going to skip my session today because I really haven't ate a lot and I haven't drank a lot of water. And this was like at maybe 2:15. I'm like, nope, you got no time. Go ahead and get you something to eat, drink you a protein shake. She came and she beasted her session. And she was like,
I know that's right.
I'm glad you made me come. And then also I was talking to Miss Tina. I cannot think of her training name on here, but her name's Tina Smith. She was on TikTok and we were talking about consistency. And she was saying how she prefers group fitness classes because you have other people around you that at least one person in there is going to understand what it's like to be a first-time mom. They're going to understand what it's like to have a 6-month-old and be tired because he was sleeping all night. And so by having those people in there, it's like, come on, let's push through. You can be my partner today. Here, work out with me. And I'm gonna see you pushing through. Put down those 5s. Just do body weight, not stopping. So things like that will help consistency. Fitting health and wellness where it fits in your life, making sure your diet is in check, and diet in terms of you're eating enough for your goals, making sure that you're hitting your protein goal, making sure you're not cutting out any food groups, and then also having a good support system or an accountability partner in terms of like a husband, a coach, or group fitness if you go to like a local gym. I think those things will help consistency. And then once you develop those habits, it's like, oh, I don't need nobody to, help me or whatever it may be. So
right. That's awesome. Listen, Ree, thank you so much for taking time out of your day to come and hang out with me at the lounge and talk about what the fitness and being consistent with your health. Health is very important. And if you want to stay around a long time, getting your health in order is going to be very beneficial, not only to you, but the people around you, to make sure that you keep your health intact. It is. Absolutely. So please let the people know where they can find you if they want to use your services.
All right. On Facebook, I am under FitRe Fitness, and I keep it consistent across all platforms. On TikTok, it's FitRe Fitness, and on Instagram, it's FitRe Fitness, and on YouTube, I need to start uploading more videos to my YouTube, but it is also FitRe Fitness. And my website is fitrefitness.com. So keeping it real simple, consistent across the board. I offer corporate training, personal training. I am relocating, so right now I will be doing virtual training. Yeah. Look, I'm sad about it too. I was just thinking, I'm gonna miss my clients. I'm gonna miss everybody here because this city has been so good to me. I have no complaints. Kansas City will forever be home. But just wanting something different and to be close to my grandparents. So
understandable.
FitRe Fitness on all platforms. You can shop my apparel. Look, it's backwards because I'm looking at the camera. WLMLPD, which stands for Women Lie, Men Lie, Progress Don't, which in terms of consistency, we can all tell people, I want to do this with my body. I want to develop these habits. I want to see myself here, but that doesn't even matter. As long as what you want for yourself and what God wants for you are in alignment, you go for it. And the real progress is those results. And people are just going to look at you like, dang, she said she was going to do it, or she didn't say she was going to do it, but look at her. So that's what that is. And it's women's apparel, athleisure apparel, with amazing compression to make you feel sexy and confident, because all that is a mindset. So that's a little about me.
Awesome. FitRe is amazing. She's always been sweet. When I first met her, she's always been the same person from day one. So I can appreciate you not switching up and just being consistent all across the board. If you're looking for a versatile personal trainer, FitRe gonna get you together. She do in person as well as virtual classes as well. So listen, she gave you her info. If you're thinking about it, if you ain't made your mind up yet, if you got additional questions, please feel free to inbox her, email her, hit her up. All of that good stuff. Well, Ree, I'm gonna let you go, sis. Thank you
Thank
so
you
much
so
for
much.
your
Look, I feel like I had
time.
a whole baby with the dog here. He's like, I want to be in the
He's
camera.
so cute though. He's so
Well, thank
cute.
you. And congratulations again on your baby boy. It
Thank
literally
you
made
so
my heart
much.
jump. I bet she was like, this girl done wrote me a long story in this message when you announced. I said, oh my goodness. So again,
Yes.
congratulations. I am super, super
Thank
happy
you
for
so
you.
much. I really appreciate that. This will not be the first time I invite you on the show. So thank you
Thank
so much for
you.
taking time out of your day.
Thank you so much. And I will talk to you soon.
Yes, ma'am. I'll talk to you soon. Bye
All
bye.
right, bye, babe.